over the, I'm going to loosely say 9 hours of television that we saw. I really don't. I really haven't seen anyone nail
And
or
to
hit the
do
mark
this,
as much as they
yeah,
have, and at the same time being legitimately the most creative thing
yes.
that Marvel has ever done.
I was just about to say, yeah, to do all of that is, first of all, the first part is incredible. Yet to do that with such creativity and something that we have not seen in a show or in the movies, to make it interesting, to touch on so many levels of nostalgia, but at the same time not rest their laurels on that nostalgia connection,
Right.
but creating a story that interweaves the nostalgia with what we want to see, what's going on. That was just fantastic. It's fantastic filmmaking, and I 100% agree. They deserve a movie. They absolutely deserve a movie.
Yes. Elizabeth Olsen is fantastic. If they're looking for someone to put the shoulders of this cinematic universe on, I don't think they need to look any further. I think she is more than up to the task of doing that.
And look, I've seen her in other stuff, and I've really liked her. I've loved her as Wanda in the MCU. I did not realize until watching this how powerful she is, and I don't mean her character. I mean her as an actress.
The final
Fantastic.
15 minutes of this episode where it was her and Agatha, she just showed, like you said, so much actual like power in your favorite word.
What's that?
Your favorite word.
What's my favorite word?
You're gonna make you say it, aren't you?
Yes, please.
Gravitas. The gravitas, as my pinky is up holding my cup. As the gravitas of Elizabeth Olsen is just so fantastical.
Gonna have a monocle?
Yeah, I do actually. I just 3D printed one. It's so fantastical that she was able to control screen and hearts. Anyway, I don't know where that came from or what that was, but it kind of made me laugh myself. Anyway, no, like just the Wanda and Agatha stuff was great. The Wanda and Vision stuff, especially when White Vision showed up.
Oh man,
dude, Coke has got to be pissed. Anyway, so as soon as White Vision showed up and she's like, hey, what's up, Viz? And he just tried to crush her skull. Spoilers. That was fantastic.
And he made the classic mistake, a lot of these like Bond villains, and they told me you'd be powerful, when he could have just been like,
yeah, he started monologuing. Syndrome was sitting there. Syndrome was on the sideline going, woohoo, she got you monologuing. That's my favorite line in all of The Incredibles, when he looks at Mr. Quoto and goes, woohoo, you got me monologuing.
That kind of makes me want to watch The Incredibles.
Dude, right, Incredibles, greatest Fantastic Four movie of all time.
Absolutely, 100%.
100%. Honestly, top 3 superhero movie of all time, if we're being honest with ourselves.
I don't know. It's top 10 for me, definitely. So, I'd have to. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. So that whole thing with the two battles that were happening at the same time there. The fact that we picked up right where the episode left off was great. I do want to give a special shout out to Hona Paris and Evan Peters. Their stuff together was great. It was great. I loved everything about it. I'm not going to spoil anything about that scene, and I don't think we should talk any more about that until people go to Patreon and listen to our commentary. But it was great. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to go too terribly deep into this because like we're gonna like I don't want to give it all away for free.
Yeah, it was one of those where I didn't read the article, but I did see kind of like a headline where like why WandaVision finale could still disappoint fans or something like that. And I didn't read it. But again, with any season finale or finale, series finale, there's a chance for being disappointed.
So I
couple
use the readysetcut.com, like their WandaVision write-up, as we kind of go through when we're talking about it here, so I know what not to spoil. And they gave it a 3.5 out of 5, which, they've been given stuff pretty much 4.5s all along. And their summary is, the finale of WandaVision is so satisfying, is a so satisfying finish to a wild ride that preferred what Lionel Richie would do instead of saying a proper goodbye. Words are hard, man. They did not write a very good sentence there. But I think see, like, so my text chain with my boys, Roger and Casey and Jay, like, some of them were saying that they were expecting like a big cameo. I'm glad there wasn't a big cameo. And
I agree. I have to agree with that. At first I was a little bit disappointed, but at the same time, that was my fault for expecting something. Why, instead of trusting what we've gotten so far, between, the Shakman and Schaeffer.
Yeah.
So again, this is one of those things where people's expectations, don't let the expectations color what you get, the product of what you get. And what we got, at least in my opinion, was a very satisfying. There is nothing so about this.
No, other than it was so great.
Yeah,
like I'm taking that comma out of there. It was
Look, the biggest issue I've had, and we've mentioned this over the last few weeks, is again, kind of like how we were talking about Captain Luther being a very interesting character. Director Hayward is anything but an interesting character. It started off like he was going to be interesting when we got introduced to him in episode 4.
Yeah.
And it's like they just, going back to
here's the thing.
They just said, hey.
When we got Hayward, though, like, hey, the person who is writing and I believe directing Captain Marvel 2 introduced us to Hayward and set that character up completely wrong. Plain and simple. And set Monica Rambeau up completely wrong. Now, I feel like she had a little bit of a redemption in this episode. I have zero interest in that character moving forward. Zero.
Yeah,
zero.
Well, I mean, yeah, I really don't either, to be honest. I am very curious to see, and not spoiling anything, I like how they tied this story up, but there are a few characters who have their futures are very open-ended, which that is, to me, I like a finale that doesn't give us all the answers. That's one of the things we've talked about over the years. It's like just a finale that just, one of my favorite finales is the Angel finale.
Oh yeah.
And where, you have, Gunn is bleeding out. Wesley's already dead. Spoiler.
Dude, why you gotta go there? Why you gotta go there? You talk about killing my favorite person at the beginning of the episode. You might as well do the favorite from that show at the end of the episode. Dick.
And then you have Spike and Angel. I know, I'm like, just thinking about this, like giving me chills thinking about this, like that scene in the alley. And then
the scene in the alley, the last scene between Fred and Wesley. Come on.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Sorry.
But like when Spike and Angel, they're like, like, what, you take the one, you take the 1,000 on the right, I'll take the 1,000 on the left.
Right.
And then Angel's like, you know what? I think I'm going to go for the dragon.
I kind of want to slay the dragon. It's the best line to go out on. It is the best line.
I love that.
So,
it's again, it's one of those open-ended things where, and again, I like Supernatural. I love Supernatural's ending because it was a final chapter. There was nothing open-ended about Supernatural's finale. I still liked it.
No,
I
I
still
mean
enjoyed
the
it.
Supernatural,
It was
like,
great.
and it's great that they did it like 10 years after the series finale, and it was like this cool little retrospect of everything that could have happened.
Yeah.
And then the guys died, and they're like, "Wow, that would have been a crazy trip." Like, I can't believe, like, Dean, you had that family and just led a normal life, and I was in hell and somehow made my way to heaven. I think there's a lot of questions about how Sam got out of being possessed by Lucifer and everything, and why Dean still had the Impala after having like the wife and kid and all that. But it went out on a high note.
Yeah, you're still on the Supernatural was only 5 seasons that kick, aren't you?
It was only 5 seasons. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
That
actually doesn't get old still for me.
Dude, it's never ever gonna get old because it's true. Anyway, no, but like what happened to Agatha? Like Agatha's ending was not an ending. That was great. Like, spoilers. Agatha did not die. I did not expect Agatha to die, but Agatha's left to serve a purpose, and that purpose is amazing. And more Catherine Hahn is never a bad thing.
Yes. And
I do kind of have like a low key crush on Catherine Hahn. Like I kind of think she's hot.
Really?
So, oh yeah.
I did not know that. / sarcasm.
Yeah. Hashtag sarcasm.
Yeah. I meant to say / S. That's what people do with
yeah.
So
but
yeah. And I love how we get that lead, what's going to be the lead in to Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
So they did a couple really cool things here. They tied this into S.W.O.R.D. With
S.W.O.R.D.
No, they tied it into Agents of S.W.O.R.D.
Oh, Agents of S.W.O.R.D. Oh, absolutely.
They
yes.
They gave us a comics accurate ish costume for Scarlet Witch now,
which was pretty badass.
Amazing. It's like like you could not have like looking at the Halloween episode when she was kind of in the like full like cartoony version of it.
Right.
Seeing what the legit version of it, and it's in the thumbnail. Sorry, I could not help but put it in the thumbnail. Wow.
Yes, it's the way her everything about it, great.
So,
but yeah, it's this. And they like you said, they tied it back to the Agents of S.W.O.R.D. They tied it back into the end of which one was that? The end of like Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Not Captain Marvel. The end of Spider-Man Far From
Spider-Man.
Home.
Sorry. Yeah.
That I just threw like that was a brain cramp right there.
Yeah, brain farts. All around.
It happens.
So. But yeah, I mean it was great. Like when the Westviewians woke up and like they were kind of like, it kind of felt like it was gonna turn into a zombie movie for a second, like, and not because they were like mindless oafs, but because they were so angry.
Dude, that the postman, the face on his his face was
tired.
Like the look on his face, like when, at the very end when Wanda, got her hoodie on, I was like, man, if talk about looks could kill.
I thought someone was gonna take a shot at her. I really, really did. So
yeah.
Anyway, so let's say out of 5 disintegrated families,
you're so cruel.
Was
that because of my Wesley comment?
Yeah, because be nice. So out of 5 Daltons, so no. Okay, let's see. Out of 5 fate's worse than death. How about that? I'm gonna go a 4.25. I'm actually gonna go with a complete decimal this time instead of a
nice
half.
For me, it's a 4.5.
Yeah.
It just hit all the notes. Wasn't a lot of humor in it, but it was such an emotional ride for me, and there were a couple scenes where it was definitely, I have to clean up these dust bugs that are in my room. So
Yeah, I like my
it was
allergies.
serious,
My allergies were like
yeah,
hardcore acting up.
yeah,
I didn't know how to deal with it.
yeah. So, and again, I don't think it's going to happen because these shows like this don't get the recognition they deserve. But Elizabeth Olsen should absolutely be considered for. Would it be an Emmy for this?
Yeah, an
I'm
Emmy,
assuming.
a Golden Globe, a
Yeah,
SAG award.
she needs to be nominated for one of
maybe an
those. Like,
Oscar, just
hands
because
down.
yeah, she
Because
was
this performance of her from these 9 episodes, the range that she showed for 9 episodes, and
yeah.
like you said, loosely 9 hours worth of television.
And how she quickly like got the accent to go and come and go, and it's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
It's all been
I love
intentional
that
the
one.
whole time, people. It's all been intentional.
Yeah. So, but again, I expect them to be expected to be ignored, despite the fact that she deserves it as much as anyone that's going to be nominated.
Yeah.
I will say that hands down. So
yeah, and like I don't think we should sleep on Paul Bettany either, because the two of them together are like, okay, Elizabeth Olsen by herself in this is something special. The two of them together is something amazing.
Power couple.
Yeah.
I cannot ignore Paul Bettany and his performances as well. So, because as great as she was, like, they made each other better as well.
They did.
Which,
yeah,
absolutely. So I really hope they get, and Shakman and Schaeffer. I hope everyone involved in this series truly gets the recognition they deserve, and not get thrown by the wayside because it's an MCU movie not named Black Panther or Aquaman in Africa, or whatever you want to say.
Aqualand.
So
anyway,
yeah. Kind of sad that I don't have any. Well, Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
We got 2 weeks. We got
2 weeks.
So yeah.
So, and I think, but that's going to be something totally different. Which
it is, which is great.
I like that. Yeah.
I will say, one spoiler: she did not break the world yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm excited for when she finally does. So I'm just gonna put that out there. So 2 weeks we'll have Captain Falcon, and the Winter Warrior to show up. And I think, are we gonna do the commentary for those two? I think we should.
We can talk about that. I think we should, but yeah.
One, because I think they're fun to do, and two, you guys should totally go sign up on Patreon to listen to our WandaVision ones now. You can pay $2 and get all 9.
Oop, oop.
Or you can pay $20, be a patron for 3 months, and you get one of our badass t-shirts.
Yeah.
I feel like we have cool shirts. We have cooler shirts than any other podcast.
Yeah. I need to actually probably get a couple more, because I have like 2 of them or 3 of them. I can't remember.
You have 2. But you have the Certified Infamous, and then you have the Krakoan Infamous podcast, I think.
Yeah. I thought it was funny the one time I came up there and I was wearing it and you didn't even realize. It's like, dude, I'm wearing the shirt.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I don't know. I have shirts that like I just had Brad make for me, like for the podcast. Like they never went on sale or anything. So, but yeah. All right. Cool. Well, hey, thank you everybody for listening. Thanks to Matt and Julian for supporting us on Patreon. Definitely submit so you can sign up. Sorry. So, yeah. No, actually submit to Daryl and I for our new Infamous order.
You must submit.
But no, thanks to the two of those guys for being like, strong patrons for us and helping out, and everything that they do for us. And yeah, so I think the more people that can listen, the better. And I think that's the other thing. If you guys are listening at this point, you must actually like the show. And make sure you tell other people about this, because like this is a cool podcast. I know I'm biased, but
Yeah, every little bit of word of mouth helps.
So when I go back and listen to it later,
Mhm.
like if it wasn't me talk, well, one, I hate listening to myself talk like everybody else.
Same
right?
here. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, right.
But if it wasn't me, I would still really enjoy this show.
Yeah.
Just the
I would
format
too, yeah.
and things. I mean, so anywho, and like just thank you for adding so much to the show. I appreciate it every time we record. Every day, because we talk about this shit throughout the week.
Yeah.
So
As I say, yeah, we talked about this, all throughout the week.
so our like so Daryl and I text and we use the Facebook DM, or not Facebook, the Instagram DMs.
Yeah.
To communicate almost exclusively.
And it's funny because we'll have two different conversations going on between
completely different conversations. So like we're either two of the most like compartmentalized people ever, or we're the two most schizophrenic people ever.
Maybe a little both.
So, well, here's the thing though, is you're not the only person I do that with.
Yeah, I know. I've done that a couple times too. So I think it's more us.
Yeah.
Probably.
So, but yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. Make sure to go to infamouspodcast.com/CBS to get your free 30 days for Paramount Plus and check out all the cool stuff, including iCarly.
Including iCarly.
Anyway, so yeah, on that note, we will talk to you guys next week. If you haven't already, go check out our WandaVision commentary for episode 9. All 9 of them should be up at this point. Thanks for listening. Bye.
All right, thanks.
The Infamous Podcast is recorded in Kings Mills, Ohio, just north of Cincinnati. You can find new episodes every Sunday on Apple Podcast, YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcast, our website, or anywhere podcasts are downloaded. This show is hosted by Daryl Jasper and me, Brian Tudor. To find more information about the show, visit us at infamouspodcast.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Infamous Podcast to keep up with the show. We also have a Patreon page, patreon.com/infamouspodcast. We have some great rewards for our patrons and are looking for help to grow the show to bring you more of the content you want to hear. Music for this podcast is provided by Michael Henry from meetmichaelhenry.com. So, whenever you're listening to us, have a great day, night, evening, weekend, whenever it is, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.